I was listening to an interview you did, I think it was recent, and you were mentioning how Joe Rogan called you or something and said he was going to quit acting, and at the time it kind of blew your mind.
Yeah, Joe was always ahead of the curve that way. That motherfucker he was always telling me to just stop. For as long as I can remember, he's like, fucking stop acting and fucking do stand-up.
But I mean, back then though, like having a sitcom and like there was no
everything.
YouTube, there's no podcast.
I know, but he saw in me that I wasn't that guy. He saw that I was a comic.
Yeah.
You know, I just never fucking, I should, if I had listened to Joe, like this is a weird thing to say. I've never really said it, but if I had listened to him, like really listened to what he said about just focusing on stand up and being my own person. Joe had to be his own person. Joe grew up without a dad. So Joe had to be his own person. The world, without going into detail, at 9 years old for Joe, the world became a very dangerous place. And he realized that the only person he could rely on was himself. I never had that realization. I never had that. I always had a whole infrastructure of family I could rely on. That's not a service because it allows you to bullshit yourself for a long time.
Kind of faith in the system instead of faith in yourself.
Yeah, it allows you to kind of like, it allows you to not grow up all the way. And I don't think you grow up. You grow up, there's that you grow up completely when you realize there's that Instagram thing where the woman, I don't know who she was like, nobody's coming. No one's coming. Nobody's coming. This is you, man. You stand on your own 2 feet. And the people that I've seen that really do great things realize that very, very early on. And it came from some kind of trauma, which goes back to what I'm saying about if you understand how to navigate loss or navigate, chaos, trauma, that way lies the gold.
Sure.
I don't think comfort necessarily makes for a dynamic human being.
Yeah, or strong people with real values.
Yeah, this is nothing new that we're saying, but but I understand it deeply.